It's funny that you mentioned identity because this is one of my favorite topics and how we move through the world, right? Like how do you carry yourself? How do you see yourself? How are you perceived? All these things. So you mentioned a few different attributes of you, you know, Indian, American, female, other things like that. What do you lead with? What do you feel like as you move through the world? Which one of those do you think? And I know it changes and it's all those things, but
I think it's whichever one like serves me best in the moment. I'll be totally honest with you. Like whether that's creatively, you know, sometimes I'm tapping into a story or I'm really like when I'm trying to develop something, it's the woman side of me, you know, that's connecting with that, you know, and relating to. I don't think these things are like separate by any means, but you know, and sometimes it's the Desi side of me, sometimes it's the millennial side of me, sometimes it's the, you know, the person who was half raised in another country side of me.
Right, because you spend a lot of time back and forth between Mumbai and LA.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, in terms of creatively, it's whatever aspect I need to tap into for whatever it is I'm working on. And then honestly, like strategically too. Like,
yeah, no, that's why
it's like, you know, we exist in this business. We know the limitations of this business, and we know that there's always like a flavor of the month, you know, whether it's, you know, like we're going to champion women's stories or we're going to champion people of color, or it's like the, you know, century of India or whatever it is. I'm like, whatever is going to get my shit made.
Sure.
Can I say shit?
You can swear.
Okay. So, you know, I'm more than happy to leverage the different facets of my identity to make the best work that I can and to get what I want.
Okay. No, that's the answer I was kind of looking for. Like, I mean, in terms of, you know, because I know we're all everything, or, you know, it's always present, but that said, I think we can lead with different things depending on what the industry wants. So you've split time between two crazy cities. I can say they're crazy because I live in one of them, in LA and in Mumbai. And, you know, do you feel like you've had quite a few experiences? Do you feel like you've seen some shit?
Yeah, definitely. Literally seen shit.
Yeah, true. If you spent time in Mumbai or San Francisco.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I live in two of the most populated, like, exciting cities in the world.
Sure.
So, never a dull moment walking down the street.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I think that's important just for our own life experience. So I'm always interested in quotes and things people say, and I vehemently disagree with some things, as you might have seen in the question. So is there a quote or a philosophy that people have where you're just like, that's bullshit? I'll give you an example. So when people say everybody's winging it all the time, I'm not winging it all the time. I would totally not agree with that. I think that the most successful people are absolutely not winging it all the time. I think they have plans. I think they have strategies. I think they see them through. I think production, you can't wing it. That's one for me. I'm not saying that has to be the one for you.
I would say anything I've ever read in a DEI statement.
Oh, interesting. Anything you've ever read in a DEI statement sounds like BS. Give me an example.
Oh, you know, we believe in inclusion, inclusive workspace, elevating marginalized voices, uplifting people of color. I'm like, you're not doing any of that.
They do none of those things.
Nope. Oops.
What should they do? Like, they should do those things, I know. But, like, what are they not doing? And how could they do it?
I think in a lot of ways, like, our business is a zero-sum game. And I think the people who have, like, been feasting for a really long time need to, like, sit down for a minute and, like, give us a piece of that pie. You know, I think that's what it really means. It doesn't mean just, like, throwing a few crumbs or, you know, putting somebody's face, like, on a poster. I think it means actually giving us equity, actually giving us control, actually putting your money, you know, where your mouth is, and giving something up, you know? So we have, it's like, I've noticed, like, in the business, there's a lot more diversity in front of the camera. There's even a lot more diversity behind the camera in terms of, like, writers and directors. But the real money is in, like, the producers.
Like what Tyler Perry did, like building everything from the ground up.
Exactly. Like, I know I'm mixing metaphors, but, like, I want a piece of the table, actually. Like, I don't just want to, like,
I don't want a chair, I want to own the table.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, so. I can totally understand that. And I think you hit the nail on the head. It's a zero-sum game. People would have to actually give up their power. And regardless of race or gender, who wants to do that? Like, once you're in that seat, like, if that were all Indian people, like, if we went to Bollywood
Yeah.
Or like, you know what, let's just turn that all over to other people.
Yeah.
Like, let's give that to white people or black people. Brown people aren't going to be any better about it. We're not going to go,
no,
cool, yeah, all right, we'll leave.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, I think it comes from the top down. Like, I see you know, I kind of read the trades like everyone. So you see who's getting overall deals, who's getting first look deals. Like, that's real infrastructure money to like build something. And a lot of those are white producers who've had years of experience, who are getting big deals on the notion that they're going to elevate voices of color. It's like, give me that deal. If you want to give me something, put it in my hand.
Sure.
Don't give 90% of it to some white guy.
Have you made it?
Have I made it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I can, you know, keep a roof over my head. I can support my family. I get to do work that I love and I feel fulfilled by.
Yeah.
And I get to play ping pong, so.
And you get to play ping pong in the middle of the day. Yeah, not even at night, but like in the middle of the day, which is great. No, I'm glad to hear you say that, because most people say no.
Yeah, I mean, do I have like
it doesn't
ambition?
mean, are you done?
Yeah, no. I mean, you know, like I'm 10% of where I want to be, but if this was my life for the rest of my life, I always said this when my first film came out. It was such an amazing experience because that film, A Suitable Girl, it was so personal, and I was so proud of it. It took 7 years to make.
Wow.
I was so proud of it. And it was like what I wanted it to be, you know, really reflected everything that I hoped, you know, that would go into that film. And I had a day job the whole time I was making that film. Until very recently, I still had a day job.
Oh, wow. Like how recently?
Weeks ago.
Weeks ago, you still had a full-time, like 9 to 5?
Sort of. I had a consulting gig.
Okay.
You know, that was very hard. You know, immigrant mentality. It's like you need that steady check, you know, every month.
Yeah, I understand.
So it's, you know, when that film came out, I was like, you know what? Like, if this is my life, like if I make one film that I'm really proud of every 7 years and I just, you know, chip away at it and I can support my family, like by the time I die, I would have made 7, 8, you know, hopefully, like God willing, 7, 8 films. Like, that's a great legacy to leave behind. And so I'm like, no matter what happens, like out there in the universe, like that's my touchstone is like, if I can just have a handful of work that really feels like I'm proud of and that feels like a legacy for me to leave behind that'll outlive me. Can't ask for more in life.
I feel that way about the I Am Indian video that I made. Because it got, you know, I don't know, 100 million views. I don't even know what the number is because it went viral on WhatsApp. But I was sitting in
crazy.
I was sitting in Bangalore and, you know, dining table, whatever, at somebody's house. And we were like, a couple of us were talking about it. I was like, I don't even know how many people have seen it. And this guy, like, I don't even know him. He doesn't even look up from his phone. He goes, everybody's seen your video, bro. And it was just funny. I was like, what do you mean everybody? He goes, I mean, everyone who's got a phone in India has seen your video. I go,
crazy.
Like, that's nuts. But I was like, I'm not going to make that claim. I made 50 million for a long time. I was like, I'll just say 100 million now. But like, it's well over that, but just say it. But the idea is that the video inspired a lot of people. Parents who go, I've always wanted my kids in this country, in the United States, to feel Indian. And they never were proud of it until they saw your video.
That's amazing.
And I'm like,
what an amazing thing.
You're done. Yeah.
Mic drop.
That's a mic drop. Yeah. And you just feel like, as an artist, that's what you want. Because there's so many people who have so much commercial success. They get to the end of it, they're like, I don't know if I ever said anything.
Exactly.
And now you've done that with A Suitable Girl. It's there. You know?
And you have too.
I have too.
We've shifted culture.
We've shifted culture. That's exactly it.